Welcome to Ngozi Talk Shows. Lead from within.
Find your own voice.
Challenges we have had to overcome in 2020.
Find your own voice.
The world has become united by the unseen, knowing there are no guarantees for tomorrow.
Lead from within.
Find your own voice.
Let the world hear your voice and be filled within.
For the day has come for you to be a great leader.
The time has come to break away from the pain, distraction, experience the unthinkable.
For the day has come for you to be a great leader. Find your own voice. Lead from within. Welcome to Ngozi Talk Shows. Over to you, Kamal. Please introduce yourself to our audience.
I would love to introduce myself to the audience. First of all, I say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you may be. And before I introduce myself, I would like to tell the audience and to you again, Nomsa, happy birthday to you, to your family. I know you share birthdays with your mom and one of your niece. So I'm saying publicly, happy birth month, actually. If you want to celebrate it like me, I celebrate a whole month. So I wish you a wonderful month. And so that's the first part. The second part is introducing myself to you. And let me start by telling you that in average, 90% of the people live their lives not questioning their existence. They live with the cards that they have been dealt, right? They live with the feeling of being lost at times, not knowing where to go next, and the feeling of having no sense of purpose. So to you, I ask the question, do you confuse your values with the ones that you grew up with, the ones that you were conditioned into by society or by public figures of authority? Do you even have the feeling of being stuck in a hamster wheel, always running, always grinding, with no sense of direction, with a lack of fulfillment and belonging in your lives? My name is Kamal Amer. I'm a certified NLP trainer, master practitioner, hypnotherapist, and a life purpose specialist. And what I do is that I help people with the combination of ancient Egyptian wisdom and neurolinguistic programming to create a foundation for a life of harmony, balance, and purpose in your lives.
Thank you so much, Kamal. It was my birthday today, and I had so much fun. Guess what I spent my birthday doing? You're never going to believe it. Basically, I went to church yesterday, and I was invited for a meal, and we all went with my family for a meal. And after we finished, I realized that actually the guy that invited us, because I always see he always speaks in church, and he has so much information that he knows. So I had to pick his brain for like 2 hours. And he kept going, and I was writing the notes. On my birthday. And then after when I finished, I was like, okay, I'm going to be back soon. So I was like, I'm creating this for Ngozi Talk Show, please. And he started talking, and I was like, okay, I need my phone. And I was typing. I said, keep going. And he was, Nomsa, you love to learn. I was like, yes, keep going. Don't worry about me. So I had a beautiful birthday, and I had so much learning on my birthday. My family treated me, and my mom had so much fun, and my niece, she had so much fun. So we all had so much fun. So back to the topic, how to build a culture of excellence. Would you like to explain the topic, Kamal?
Well, how about you start the explanation, because like this time you came up with that topic, and I want to hear your perspective first before I delve into it.
Okay, so basically the reason why I chose this topic, it was it was the decision that I've made, creating yesterday. Basically, last week, I decided I'm going to create my character, and I'm going to create, I've already created my character, and I'm going to improve my image. So my image is going to be somebody else, which is, so my character is going to be, who am I going to look after? So I chose Jesus because he basically has a character that is unconditional love, and his kingdom, he accepts everybody else. And then I chose my attitude to be a lion. So a lion is fearless. And then when I went to this guy, I'm going to keep who I'm going to be a secret when I'm doing my work, because I've chosen the character to do my work until I finish my character, that who I'm going to be like. When I'm not going to be like that person, I'm going to be like me, for me to produce the culture of excellence. So I'm going to model, that person is my role model. So I'm not going to reveal him now, it's him. So I'm going to keep him a secret. And that guy, when I went there, he taught me that whatever knowledge you have to teach others at work in order for you to create a culture of excellence. You have to maintain a unity within the work. You have to basically be aware of the expectations, because we intend to set up expectations at work or with our families, and if those expectations are not met, we get angry with our loved ones. And not to make rules, but to build a character that has principles. So I have to also, I've learned yesterday that I have to engage with the people around me. I have to lead by example, knowing that everything I speak, there are consequences. There could be good consequences and bad consequences. But whatever, even if it's bad, even if it's good, I need to keep embracing who I am, because some people, they might not agree with my opinion, but it doesn't mean that my opinion is wrong. It doesn't mean their opinion is wrong. So I just need to embrace my character and keep going and building that culture of excellence. The culture of excellence is the culture that is building people. It might build 1 person, 10 person, people, 100. So that's how I chose this topic. Over to you.
All right. Well, I like that. That's a very interesting perspective, and I have to tell you, I like most of it. I disagree with one point.
What is that?
There are only consequences. None of them are good. None of them are bad. There's just consequences. So, because remember, this is what I've been telling you from the very start. When we start, there's nothing such as good or bad. There's only what we see, right? There's always a result, and that result is what we want to make out of it. But apart from the rest, I love that mentality of creating a culture of excellence, or actually excellence in itself, because that's in a sense, the definition of NLP. NLP is modeling excellence. And one of the great examples that we have of modeling excellence, I mean, there are many, many examples, but I could start with Confucius. There's a very famous quote that he said, and it's, "If I'm walking with 2 other men, each of them will serve as my teacher. I will pick out of one the good points and imitate them, and the bad points from the other, and will correct them in myself." Now, here we are talking about good and bad, right? But that good and bad is only a perspective of what Confucius saw, or what you wanted to be. You see, you are recreating your image, you're recreating yourself. So you have an image that you have decided, this is the good, or the perfect, or the wonderful, or this is how I want to see myself, this is how I want to be. And that all these traits inside of those, you have chosen what will be resourceful for you. I'm not going to say good now. You have chosen what will be resourceful for your life. You have chosen what will lead you to a better life. You have chosen in these points, in these traits, what you want for a future that you are seeing, imagining, envisioning, or dreaming about, right? Again, there's nothing bad or good in it. You might have chosen points that don't serve me, Kamal, but they serve you. So these resources that you have selected, they will bring out the excellence within you. And I love that, because that excellence is modeling perfection or modeling excellence, right? It comes back from NLP. One of the presuppositions of NLP is that the body, the most flexible body in a situation, will have a better outcome. And this is what you're doing to your mind, right? You're creating that flexibility within yourself to find purpose, if you will, to find, I don't like really saying finding purpose, but it's to figure out that excellent part of yourself that you want to display, perhaps for others, but mainly for yourself. And that's what you're looking for, right? It's that excellence within yourself. Now, that culture, when you grow it within yourself, you'll be able to grow it within Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency. You'll be able to introduce it into the culture of Nkosi Talk Show, and you'll be able to introduce it with your clients and whoever joins your environment, right? Because that spreads, you know. So, culture of excellence. NLP talks about modeling excellence. A lot of people seek perfection, which is futile because there is no perfection, right? There's perfection in everything around us, in nature, but even that perfection is imperfect. That's why I like to say we are imperfectly perfect. So, excellence, culture of excellence. How do we grow that? Well, we start from ourselves. Like I said before, life doesn't start outside. Excellence doesn't start outside. Everything starts within yourself. That love, that compassion, that understanding, forgiveness, resolve, the will. Everything starts within you. Inside of you is the work where the work has to start, not outside. So once we start looking into ourselves, once we start understanding what kind of excellence we want, that's when the work starts.
So much. Thank you so much, Kamal. So I'm going to test you. You know, when we're talking about the excellence, and this guy he said to me, Nomza, if you want to be good at what you do, you need to start understanding what does mathematics mean, use English language and translate it to the mathematics. So in the beginning, there's a scripture that says in the beginning, I'm testing you now, Kamal. History, this is between history, science, mathematics, and you say any language. In the beginning, there was, what do you translate that to? If you really want to be excellent, what do you translate that to? In the beginning, there was.
So the sentence is, in the beginning, there was?
Yeah, there is scripture. So if the scripture says in the beginning there was.
Yeah, and in the scriptures they say in the beginning there was several.
There was in the beginning.
There was nothing.
The word was with God.
There was nothing. There was darkness. It has several interpretations.
Yeah, but how do you translate that to?
When there was nothing?
No, I says it could be mathematics, it could be English, it could be history, it could be, that's how you learn, you become genius at what you do. How do you translate that to?
Let me translate to you what that means to me. In the beginning, there was.
Yes.
When I say that about myself, I'm going to talk about myself now. In the beginning, there was an idea. There was a thought, right? But that thought never come to fruition because I didn't do the work that needed to be done. In the
beginning, let me tell you now, in the beginning there was, it's mathematics translated to number one.
Of course. But what is number one? What is number one? We're talking. This is a big topic here, because each one of us can interpret that sentence into anything that we wanted. Now
Yes.
you have that mathematical understanding of number one, but
Yeah.
that number one for me
It could
is
be
what,
history as well. It can translate into history.
but that number one relates to me with excellence when it comes to what another guru that I know, we call his name is Galal Zaki. He's a fantastic marketing guru.
Yeah.
And he calls it, I forgot it now. Oh, I forgot it. It will come back. Anyway, it's basically number one is looking out for number one, who is me. I look out for number one. Me favoritism, he calls it. Me favoritism. Now, let me explain this a little bit. We live in a world where people think that being selfish is nasty, it's not good. And everybody trying to be selfless. Or being selfish is not something bad. Being selfish not necessarily is doing things for yourself, but everything starts within you. Remember that when we spoke about that? Everything starts within you, right? So when you are doing something for others, you're not being selfless. You're being selfish. Selfless means you don't have any embodiment. Selfless means you don't exist anymore. Everything that we do has a point of origin. That point of origin is us. Now, if you want to build a culture of excellence, you have to be selfish with yourself. Now, that doesn't mean being egocentric. That doesn't mean being a narcissist. It means understanding that what you are doing for your future will start always within you. What steps will you take to lead that excellent culture or excellent life that you want to live? And bear in mind that excellent life has nothing to do with being millionaires or being a worldwide renowned author or sportsmanship, or excellence is the excellence that you put for yourself. It's like success, right? It's your definition of that excellence. Now, in the beginning, there was whatever translation, whatever you want to interpret it as, whether you are religious, spiritual, or non. In the beginning, there is always you. You start right here. To get to somewhere, you have to move. That beginning point will determine which direction you will go. That is how I see in the beginning I was. In the beginning, I was ignorant. Until I learned something, I became more ignorant. Because there was still more to learn. Right? I think it's, was it Aristotle? All I know is that I know nothing. And why is that? It's because the more you learn, the more you realize that your existence means nothing in this whole universe. To the universe. However, that existence means something to you. And what you make out of it will create that culture of excellence that you want to live in. Do things that you enjoy doing, but do them constantly. If you enjoy painting, paint every day, as much as you can, as much as you want to. Let it fill yourself. Be selfish about painting, because this will fulfill you. This will fill you up your feeling of excellence, if you will. That's how you become an excellent painter for yourself. Again, this is art. Art is very relative and subjective, obviously. But if you enjoy doing something, if you want to reach that excellence that we're talking about, why aren't you doing everything in your life, every single moment you spend in your life on that particular thing or on these things? If you don't spend your time on these things, on these matters that interest you, that you are passionate about, How do you want to reach that excellence that you're talking about? I'll give a short example. This weekend, I was fortunate with the other sensei and training master, Thomas, that we graduated about 44 students from our karate school. The karate school started in February, the karate school that we opened, our dojo. We had about 40, 50 members that joined. From those 50, some of them were sick, obviously. And from those 50, new beginners, right? Completely white belts, all new beginners from the ages of 8 up until the age of 21. We have different ranges. They have worked very hard, twice per week, even during the time of Corona. We had weeks of that passed that we couldn't train. We had time where we had to cut short trainings. But every time these students, they came and they practiced, and we pushed them and we pushed them, and they complained and we pushed them. And well, Saturday was the examination, right? They sat there getting called up 6 by 6, each one performing to their best in front of an audience, in front of the other students. And they reached their target, which was basically to get the second belt, right? And we even have a student that actually jumped a belt, because this is how much dedication she gave into her work. So, pursuing excellence, or that culture of excellence, it starts within you. Always inside here. What you want to do it constantly. If you're not doing constantly what you enjoy doing, what you want to do for your life, then you're not pursuing that excellence. You don't want to build a culture of excellence. But again, that's my opinion.
Congratulations, you guys, for getting those belts. I'm really, really proud of you guys. So congratulations. Really, congratulations. I hope you guys are going to celebrate that moment, because
we absolutely did. Like, we had, usually the graduation is a weekend, so they have their graduation, the exams first, and then the next day we train with the new belts. So we trained yesterday with the new belts. We had fun, and it was really fantastic. And we are very, very proud of these kids. Like, very, very proud.
Congratulations. I'm really proud and I'm really pleased for you guys. And that is the culture of excellence, and it's just pushing the kids to be who they want to be, basically, and pushing yourself. And yesterday it was my birthday. Like, I decided to go and learn with these guys. Basically, what he was teaching me the secret to write the content. He was like, Nomsa, if you want to write a good content, every word, you have to understand the word and translate it to history, translate it to science, and translate it to numbers. And at first I didn't get it. I was like, what are you talking about? But then it was like, this is how you do it. And it was like, and then I realized that Tony Robbins, he actually did what he did, and some people are actually copying him. And he was like, this is what you do. You go, and then he says, so he gave me a homework. So he says, go to the Bible, read the Bible. When you read the Bible, translate it to maths. When you finish with maths, go to science, translate it to science. But I was like, I don't understand. I was like, you get it. So he gave me the homework to basically do it. And then he says, once you know how to translate the Bible to numbers, to science, you will be able to go to the content that you want to write. It's not going to be perfect, but people they will relate to you as authentic. And it will be fun, because I've been following Peter Sage, and Peter Sage, actually, his teaching is telling me that people are actually, when they're writing content, they're actually changing the cover. And some people, when they're writing the books, it's like when you read their books, it feels like it's been written by somebody else. It's the book that you've read before, but they just change the cover or change the content to actually to theirs. So that's what led me to that guy, because when he was speaking on the webinar, it went well. But then it left me with questions that what do I need to do to be authentic? So that's why I think I'm gonna need to I chose this topic to make lots of changes. Like you guys, you have students and you have bells and you worked really, really hard. So I feel that I need to, not to work hard, but I need to improve some other things. So that for me to get the culture to be in that category of culture, to build my culture of excellence, like what you were saying, that there's no such thing as good, there's no such thing as bad. It's how we all translate whatever we do in life. So for me, I just feel like, I don't know if you saw the message in the group that I was looking for accountability partner. Did you see the message? So Dr. Bigot came forward. So I've created a group, and the other girl, I've got South African girl, and I've got Dr. Bigot. So I've got two people that are gonna help me, that are gonna help me when I'm building this new character that I'm building. It's my character. It's already going to be Nomsa, but I feel that there's got to be Nomsa at home and Nomsa at work. That is normal. A little bit. So I need the Nomsa that is a bit at work and the normal Nomsa at home. So that's why, in order for me, I watched the, what is it, Pixie and her husband, do you know them? And they've built the life book. Yeah, they've built life book, and they've got courses online as well. So I was Googling, I watched them on Mind Valley, and then I decided to check them out, to do some research about them. So I found their website and where they do the workshops. The workshop, you can get free access for two months. So I was like, what they do is amazing. So if I need to change these. So today I'm working on my health and intellectually. So I'm doing a life book assessment. And when I'm finished doing a life book assessment based on every subject, which is love, which is everything that requires in our daily life, and then create a vision at the end, vision of Hope Springs Eternal Introduction Agency and Gossip Talk Show. But then I present the vision to them. When I'm finished, then I have to now build who I want to be based on me, not the basically the copycat. So that's what I'm doing in the moment. That is the culture of excellence that I'm building based on the true authenticity, Ngosi, not the copy one that goes and copy other people and change the material. So which is nice, because you know when you watch people's webinars and you realize where your weakness is and you realize your strength. I don't know whether have you ever been in that situation where you admit that actually this is my weakness or this is my strength. So my weakness is basically I need somebody that can teach me to be, because although I have Desmond O'Connor, but sometimes it's very, very expensive. When you want to add more people, when you want to add more staff for people to teach you, it's going to cost money. So I've decided that this one is actually $30-something. If I finish my free assessment for 2 months, I'll pay $35, $36 per month, which is very cheap. The community is good. So I'm looking forward to that, Kamal.
That's really good, and that's exactly what you've been defining it now, right? That culture of excellence by looking for a person to be accountable for. I saw your message. I was waiting to see who was going to come up. I wasn't going to do that for you. I knew
I was
already.
glad you didn't come forward.
No, because you would have, but it would, you know, well, I'm not that simple to be an accountability person with. I have my clients, and they sometimes choose me as their accountability buddy. But when they do that, they get a harsh backlash, obviously, when they're not doing their stuff.
I was glad you and Nadia did not come forward because Nadia, it all started with Nadia. You remember you asked me to actually interview everyone one by one, their opinion.
Yeah.
You know, some people, when you ask them opinion, they tell you as it is. You get angry, and you like, I don't want to hang out with this person. So I spoke to Nadia one-on-one, and she let it all out.
Yeah, and that's
all out.
And you see, that's the thing, right? You get these people that are genuine, and that's what you want to build in yourself, right?
Yeah. So she let it all out. I took the notes. I was like, hang on, baby, I need to record this. So she let it all out. I recorded her, and when I was finished, and I was like, okay, I'm going to take this as something that is going to build my life. So I'm using her criticism to build Nkosi Talk Show and Hope Springs Talent Production Agency. So that's why I ended up with the Pixie and their husband on the website. So in a way that it is nice when you talk, because first when we began, I said to her, I don't want you to tell me what you think I want to hear. Kamal, I've had a chat with Kamal. He told me what he thinks. I've had a chat with Dr. Bigot. Dr. Bigot did not criticize it. Dr. Bigot just gave me the rules and regulations. We need to do this. We need to do this. I was like, thank you very much. So when I went to Nadia, she was bring it on. So I'm glad that she did that, because I have a big vision now based on what she said. Some people, they might say she's criticizing, she's this, but actually she's made me rethink about whatever I'm doing. And so I've got all these, I've got Jesus's pictures. I went and printed his pictures. It's there. And my character, I'm not going to mention my character, is there. And I've got my character, the picture of my lion is there. Just because of Nadia.
Good. But you see, again, whatever impact that the three of us or other people had in your life, it triggered something. It triggered that mentality of, you know what, I'm going to seek that excellence. Right? Yeah. It's been in you for a while, and it's been going on for several years now. You've got your several companies, right? But that doesn't mean that you can't improve from yourself.
Oh, yes, you can.
That doesn't mean that you can stop. That's what I was trying to say. It just means that you are consistent. If you are continuing within that road of excellence, that means that you have to be consistent with that excellence path, right? That's exactly what I was talking about earlier, which is, if you want to do something, do it every day. If you enjoy doing something that brings you happiness or joy or contentment or whatever it is that it brings you, satisfaction, why aren't you doing it every day and doing it every day so that you become better at it every day, right? So that's that path to excellence. Of course, you can sit on the couch and play and watch TV every day, but you'll become very good at that as well. You'll be excellent at sitting on the couch and watching TV. There's nothing wrong with that. But you see, it's what you practice that makes you good at what you want to become, right? Now, we were talking about that accountability, right? And that's why a lot of people hire coaches or mentors or guides to have that accountability, so that you can have that sense of course, you're not allowed to do that anymore, but having that whip on your back or on your bum, you know, that, I don't know, if some people, you get thrown a slipper by your parent or something, go do your homework, go wash the dishes, you know, something like that. But it's that metaphorical whip or metaphorical spank on your butt, because we are human beings. We need that push sometimes, and that accountability buddy, that person that will be accountable That person is not accountable for your actions, but it's that person that will tell you, did you do your stuff? You didn't message me today. And then you feel bad because you told that person to take care and to make sure that you're doing your stuff. So now you don't want to make a fool of yourself. Because if you continue doing that, then that person says, well, there's no point being your accountability buddy if you are going to make a fool of yourself. And exactly that's what happens with accountability buddies that are not, let's put it, that are not strict with what the outcome is. But now you chose Bigot, and I know Bigot is pretty strict in her accountability, and she's very organized, and so she's going to put you on the right track when you are like deviating or something like that, and that's really, really good. Now I didn't go forward and I didn't say me, because I knew you wouldn't last with me. No, maybe you would have lasted, but I'm quite harsh.
Trust me, Kamal, I would have lasted. I told them we already have some ground rules that I want them to be nice to me, but push me, but be nice. So I think I would have lasted, because if I have someone that is tough, I don't want two tough cookies. Desmond O'Connor is already tough, so I need someone who is a little bit soft.
Yeah, no, he's really tough. No, but like I am tough, yeah, but I'm only tough when it comes to the point of people not doing what they're supposed to do or giving me excuses. I don't like excuses. It's like, I was late today to a meeting. I was like, hey, are you coming? I was like, yeah, I'm coming. I don't have an excuse. I'm late.
Yeah.
Like, I'm late. But like, why are you late? It doesn't matter. I'm late.
That is the part of one thing that I've learned when I was doing when I got into personal development, doing Paul McKenna's programs. The very, very important part was, when you are late or you are doing something, don't lie about it. Tell the truth. It's up to the other person to actually, because when you don't lie about it, the universe will respond to you. Just speak the truth. Like they say, if you are sick, like there are some people that say, I'm not going to go to work today, I'm sick, if they're not sick. Yeah. So I remember one day, what happened? I think it was my father's death anniversary or something. I can't remember. Yeah. And I woke up in the morning and I didn't feel good about it, or going to work or anything. And I rang work. Was I playing football? Can't remember. And I said to them, I am not coming into work today. And they were like, and I was like, it feels like my father has died this twice. So I am not coming in and I don't feel too good. And the woman was like, I was like, yes, I know he's already gone, but today is his death anniversary, but it doesn't feel like, it feels like I'm reliving those moments. So I was like, I'm not going to do it. And when I did Paul McKenna's programs, that's when I've learned that you have to always speak the truth. Even the small lies that we tell, we think, oh, they're nothing. But he was like, they can affect your life. So if you want to basically change your life, you need to stop telling porcupines and stop doing this and stick to what you say you're going to do. Yeah. With the personal development, it's like if you're building a culture of excellence, if you have to change things around, if you say, I'm going to hold myself accountable, hold yourself accountable. And if you can't do it, create the time to do it. So that's when I've learned to actually be me. My family calls me bonkers. Yeah. And if I want to research something, I'll research it completely. And when somebody or my family members, they come here and say this, and I've done some research. Your point is 100%. Doesn't mean it's no good, but I've done this one, so I'm going to go with this one. Or I know somebody who can help me or has experience. So my family calls me EE. So, but I'm not EE, because basically my character is, I know what I want. And I know if I want to change things or if I'm building my business, I have the numbers, people to call. Like Ngozi Talk Show, when I put a message the other day about looking for accountability body, I know I was sending the message to the right place. So that's what I do. I have to be with the right person when I'm doing something. And I do not mix business with family. My family do not work for me. They do not work for my business. No matter how desperate I am, I do not mix family and business. My family, I keep them love because I don't want to basically or argue with them or anything. That is the decision that I made. I was talking to one of my cousins. He's experienced the same thing. He started by basically, I'm going to employ people. He's helping out the families. And he came back. He was like, no, sir, I'm on your side, my big sister. And I was like, oh, you've learned. You've learned, because if a family member, they don't do the work, you lose a family member, you lose a friend, you lose that love. So that's why I don't mix with them. I prefer business to business, and that's it.
I agree with you. It's one of the most difficult things to do is to coach actually a family member. You have to be able to set proper boundaries and be able to know how to set these boundaries without crossing them. And sometimes it's very difficult because you have that personal attachment. But coming back to that excellence that you're building, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say the final quote now before the end of the talk, because I think it's a valid point for people to remember. Aristotle said, "We are repeatedly what we do. Excellence is not an act, but a habit." Right? And that's exactly what I was trying to explain earlier. That habit of doing everything every day, constantly, consistently, so that you can improve on yourself, right? Now you've been doing self-development for many years now. Even in the beginning, when you learn something, you still try to improve and learn more and more and more. And still until now, you're pushing yourself into more personal development. Why? Because you are seeking that excellence. The same thing with me. I started with psychology a long time ago, but then I started with NLP, and then I continued with hypnotherapy, and then I continued with life coaching, and I continued into life purpose, and then I'm still continuing now. Like, I still attend my classes to learn more from other students, to learn again from my mentor, from my teachers. Why? Because this is a path, right? Or like you call in Japanese do, karate do, the way of the empty fist. This is a way of life. Now that consistency in improving on yourself is that culture of excellence, because you then start to accept yourself and accept every point inside of you, the things that you like about yourself, the things that you don't like about yourself. Again, like Confucius was saying, the traits that you don't like in yourself, you try to change them. And it's not that you just throw them away, you just change them into something that is more resourceful for you, right? That's what we say in NLP. We don't just change your behavior, we just give you a new behavior. Or you implement actually a new behavior. Why? Because that old behavior has served you at some point. And it has been serving you. Now, there's no point deleting it, because maybe it serves you again. It's just basically putting another layer of information in your brain with everything that you're starting to learn. Now, that culture of excellence spreads. It spreads like a ripple effect, exactly the same thing. It's like a stone that you throw into a lake or a river. It has a ripple effect. And that ripple effect starts with you being the center. That center of excellence grows and grows and grows and grows, and it goes on to the people around you, and the ones that love you, and you love them, and the ones that you want to impact. All the rest don't matter because they don't want to learn. So that's their problem, right? But in case you have that circle around you that wants to learn, that wants to improve, that are seeking excellence as well, they will be affected by you, and so on and so forth. Now imagine if each one of us seeks that culture of excellence, how it would easily spread in businesses, in families, in cultures, and in the world around us. But it all starts within the self. It all starts with realizing that you as a person want to change, that you as a person want to see that excellence. And it's fine to not seek that excellence. It's absolutely okay not to look for why you exist or ask these important questions of why am I here? What am I supposed to do? Is life only about just going to work and going from 9 to 5? Because we need those kind of people. The universe needs those kind of people that don't think, or that don't want to think, actually. They just want to go to work 9 to 5, get back home, and that's it. They want to have that life, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. But the rest of the people, they're probably about 10 to 5%, 10% of the rest of the population. They want to grow. They want to explore that excellence. They want to explore their minds and the world. And to these people that do really want to do that, that's how seeking excellence starts. Because you can start by seeking that excellence, looking within yourself and understanding yourself and going through all the, you can go through therapy, you can go through coaches and guides and mentors and gurus and all of that. But that journey starts when you do that, yes. But that path would only be enlightened to you once you are ready. You can read all the books that you want to in the world about self-development, and you can still not be able to apply them because you are not ready. So that path to excellence, or that culture of excellence, really is about being ready. And that's why I said in the very beginning, in the beginning there was just you. You are that center of that excellence. You are the start of that excellence. You are the path to that excellence. The question is, are you ready to do that? Are you ready to give in the work? And like my mom always says, when there is a will, there is a way. So do you have that will to take that path? That is the question.
I actually agree with you, Kamal, when you say if you seek, basically, if you are the one who is seeking, you will find what you are looking for. And I've had that experience myself, that I was seeking first. I sought my breakthrough when I was going through divorce. I've always talked about this, that I went up to 3 psychologists, seeking for me to get that breakthrough, everything, my childhood attachment and stuff. But they were talking to me, but because I was seeking, in my head, the information, it wasn't going in. But the day I decided to actually receive that information and work on myself, that's when I got my breakthrough. So I agree with you. And even when you say you can read as many books as you want, for me, basically, when I'm reading a book, it means I need to change something. I don't just read a book. If you listen to me doing audios, listening to audios or reading a book, I don't just read it. I read a book with a pen, with the business. So when I read something, I go and change something on my social media. When I read something in the book, I change something that needs changing. I don't spend my life changing things, but I improve myself. And I've learned to listen as well. That's why I was saying, when I was basically talking to you guys, listening to different opinion, I tend to, there's 2 words, Nomsa, listen, judge, don't judge. Don't is in the middle. So listen, don't judge. So I listen to everybody's criticism or everybody's whatever. If they think, oh, this is good, whatever they're saying, I listen to every word. and I put it down, and then I have to look at myself, because in that criticism of what I've learned, there is always something that you need to change. But if I didn't have this mindset, I would be saying, oh, who does she think she is, or who does he think he is? Even like every day when I have speakers here, when people speak, I listen, and I go back to listen to the audios as well. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to be the person that makes excuses. I want to be a great leader. A great leader is somebody that learns from people, that not knowing it all. I basically have to surrender myself, that I need to get to this life where I want to create. But in order for me to step in there, I'm gonna have to need every word that people speak, every word that I'm being taught. I'm gonna have to. I don't just take everything, but I take the information that I need. And also the advice that I take the advice from people who are doing what I'm doing, who have done it. And also I've learned that if I need to be successful, like if I want to build the culture of excellence, I need to believe. It doesn't matter if somebody comes to me, Kamal, and say, or like in Goes Talk Show, or talk about Goes Talk Show, or talk about Hope Springs Eternal Introduction Agency. So if people come with their criticism, I don't have to take that opinion of criticism. I have to ask myself, if I was in that person and they are criticizing these words that they are speaking, are these words spoken from the heart of wanting NOMSA to grow, or are they spoken out of jealousy? So if they are spoken out of somebody who really, really want to see me growing, I have to stop them and say, if it was you, what would you change? And that's when I get the answer. I will change this. And then I'm like, thank you. And then I don't change it exactly, and I go and do some research. Because when somebody gives me their mindset and say, this is the criticism, I listen. If it comes from somebody who is helping me to grow, I have to do some research to be better. That's how I work. That's how I intend to build cultures of excellence. With the Hope Springs Eternal Introduction Agency, I've not been running for a long time. And every time I put my company for the awards, there are big companies that have been running, matchmakers that have been running for 25 years. But every time I go and put a Hope Springs Eternal Introduction Agency for a title, I come out with a title because my company is real. And if you go on social media, and I'm not saying out of this, I work very hard. If you go on social media and look at people who are doing it, this guy said to me, NOMSA, we are giving you the title. They gave me the title last year, and they gave me the title this year. And he said, every time you bring your company, there's changes that have been made. And he said to me, the changes that you're making, we can see that they are real. They are not more professional, like putting you off, but it's real, and it's more your personality. And he was giving me advice and saying, don't change your personality. Keep that personality, keep your company values, because some people, they want to everything, like the videos when you go online, they are more like professionals and there's no room for any mistakes. So it was like, just make some improvement, but keep it the way you are. And I was like, thank you very much. So that is me building the culture of excellence. And the reason I say this to you is because the people that are making me become who I am is the people that I'm following on social media, and the people that I'm close to who have their businesses, like you guys, people who have their own businesses, who are not afraid of criticizing me, who are not afraid of pushing me to the next level. So those are the people that are making me become who I am, and I do the work. So, but you become who you are because of the people you are surrounded with or by. So that is my take for today. that if anyone is watching and you go and look at my company profile, you go and look at my social media, the people that I'm surrounded by, these people, they help me to become who I am. Because I look at their profile, I look at who they are, and I ask questions. And like now, I was looking for accountability. He didn't come forward. So that's what we've known. So over to you, Kamal, please.
I really love that last bit, Nomsa. I call it choose your tribe, right? The tribe that you are going to be with. And this is usually a home. I know some people that have lived all over the world and never felt home unless they were with a specific, surrounded by a specific group of people. And that's the tribe that we want to be with. That's the tribe that we want, that we feel growth, where we feel the support, where we feel that love. And for those who find it, it's wonderful to be surrounded by that tribe. It's an amazing experience, because it's an uplifting experience, because you both or three or how many you may be, you support each other and you lift each other up into becoming better. You are proud and you rejoice of each one's accomplishments, not out of jealousy or just showing, oh, congratulations, no, out of pure ecstatic love and pure satisfaction that you know that that person that was in your tribe is growing and becoming greater for themselves. And the reverse is that it's done vice versa, right? So that feeling of belonging to a tribe that respects you, that pushes you outside of your limits, that questions you, right, and criticizes your moves that do not align with who you are. That's the tribe that grows, and we've spoken about that several times. Again, this is also a culture, right? That's the culture of excellence that you want to be surrounded by. Like you are doing, Nomsa, right? You're surrounding yourself by people that are better than you. You are looking at their work, you're following them, you're learning from them, you're asking advice from them. And they give it. But that's that circle, right? That circle of excellence. There's a circle of excellence, that's something else. But that circle, that tribe of excellence that you surround yourself with is what maintains that culture. It's what grows the culture within you and within the surrounding people. So my last word to the audience, for the millionth time, surround yourself by that tribe that pushes you to excellence. Surround yourself with people that love you just for the sake of loving you. Surround yourself with people that want you to achieve greatness, no matter how it is for you. They want you to achieve these things. Surround yourself with a tribe of people that respect, that honor, and amplify your traits and skills, and people that you can do the same with, so that it is shared. Love is a shared experience. That love is seeing each other grow. It's seeing each other succeed in whatever they want to do. And it's uplifting them up, and it's giving them a hand, and it's supporting them. And that applies the same into relationships. I'm pretty sure Nomsa can talk about that one day, if she hasn't spoken about that before. But that would be my word for today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kamal. Basically, for me, I leave you with this: know your strength. If you want to build a culture of excellence, know your strength. Don't dwell on your weaknesses. If you know your weaknesses, hire somebody to help you. There's loads of virtual assistant that can help you to actually achieve the goals that you want. Don't dwell on saying, I don't have strength in this, so you can hire them. And don't forget, if you are building a business or if you are enjoying that promotion, don't forget the culture of laughter. You have to keep laughing. You have to give yourself time to celebrate you. Give yourself time to celebrate with your family and just be grateful for being you. If you are happy, the business will be happy, or the job, whatever the company you work for, the owner of the company, they'll be happy, you'll be happy. So that's all I leave with you. The laughter of culture. Embrace it. Smiling, keep smiling. So thank you so much for those who are watching Ghosty Talk Show. Please, if you like the message on the video, press some heart love and share some love with everyone. And God bless you. We are here Monday to Friday, 1 p.m. UK time. So God bless you and live with grace.